Hello, I'm Ben and I'm back again, excited as always to tell you about the newest feature in the Grips platform that was a top feature request from our users, right? And that's the ability to create a custom head-to-head report where you can compare yourself and your competitors in one easy-to-use report. Now, this report enables several use cases, and just to name a few here, being able to create a custom industry of competitors and analyzing its overall market size, the growth and seasonal trends, analyzing the market share and share growth for each individual retailer, as well as uncovering the acquisition strategies that are generating growth to new product launches with Grips daily data and so much more. So with that being said, let's take a closer look at this new feature. First off, you can always launch the head-to-head view when you're on a retailer page or directly from the sidebar. To begin with, let's define our custom industry or competitive set. Plus, there also isn't a limit to the amount of retailers you can actually select here. Now let's take a look at some fast fashion websites, including Shein, H&M, Zara, Forever 21, and Gap for our example analysis today. Now we're moving on to the market size section, which provides a great overall summary of your custom market and answers a lot of the questions you'll have, such as how large is my market in terms of revenue, sessions, and transactions? Is it growing or is it contracting? What's the average order value? And how much are me and my competitors actually paying for a Google ad click? On the retailer market share section, we can go even deeper and benchmark how the individual retailers within the competitive set we've created are performing, telling us how much revenue am I and my direct competitors generating, who's generating more revenue versus who's struggling, what is the market share for a single domain, and also how does a single domain benchmark against the competitive set for other important KPIs like AOV and conversion rate. Now, the table here also provides an important view on the key e-commerce KPIs, as well as the chart alongside it, helping to provide an immediate view on the market share size based on our chosen metrics. Next up, we can look at how these metrics are trending over time. Grips' real-time data allows you to quickly see your daily market share to monitor your performance relative to that of your competitors. You can also use this element to measure the effectiveness of your competitors' promotions or product releases to better assess their impact on market shares. For example, we can see that there's a huge revenue spike on Gap.com at around the 25th of September, which matches to a sale they were running on that particular date. Now, switching over to the historical data tab as we have here, we are able to look at trends that are as far back as 2019. With this, we can look to see how revenue is trending over this period of time. What this helps illustrate is the evolution of Shein in the US, going from a domain that was much more closer to H&M or Zara, and around the 2021 mark, really start to take off and eventually beat the largest domain in our competitor set here of Gap. Now they're claiming more than 40% of the market share, starting already as far back as June of 2021. Our competitor matrix also gives an overview of the landscape of your competitive set and allows you to compare the performance of two metrics at once. We can think of those in the top right quadrant of the chart as we see here as the top performance, whereas those in the bottom left quadrant can be classed as the laggards of the group. Here we can see Gap is leading away with the best conversion rate, but it is Shein with a slightly larger AOV. Now, Forever 21 is lagging in both the metrics, and this helps explain why it's the lowest performing domain in the entire set. The channel section gives you the ability to identify the effectiveness of marketing channels to drive sales. Now, once you know how your competitive set is driving sales, you can then uncover the growth opportunities for yourself. In this case, we can clearly see that both the direct and organic traffic are the ones driving the most revenue for the top players, being Shein and Gap, which does make sense given their high AOVs and strong conversion rate, although referral could present an opportunity to explore further. Finally, we have the devices section that enables you to identify how devices are influencing sales. With this information, you will be able to understand how to best optimize your overall marketing strategy accordingly. Oh, and a quick note, Grips includes mobile web and not mobile apps here. Interestingly, here we can see in our example that Gap is generating more revenue from desktop devices, where Shein is far more mobile dominant. And that wraps it up for now. Thanks again for watching this video on the latest introduction of a cool new tool to the platform, that being the head-to-head feature. And I'll see you in the next one.